So, good evening, Mr. Shaukat. Thank you so very much for sparing your time. So, first, I would like you to tell us how has been your experience in this entire journey of India Joy, right from the time it was conceived. I think you've been there right from the beginning. So, tell us about your experience.
See, first of all, what we have done is, as a representative of government of Telangana, I visited along with some of the Twaga members to China Joy, and that's where we have seen number of animation, gaming, VFX event happening at the same place, at the same time, in a week's duration, which is like 7 days. During 7 days period, there were say about 18 events that were happening in China Joy. And then we had coined that idea, and along with Twaga, we thought let's do something like that, and that's where we came up with the idea of having India Joy. And what we did was we we had many such events happening in India, uh, particularly on the gaming, animation, and VFX side. And of course, in Hyderabad too, we had events in Jan, we had events in April, May, and then we also had events uh, uh, in the month of October, November. So then we thought of getting all this event under one roof, and that was India Joy, and that's how the whole thing began. And government of India has always been supportive to this industry, animation, gaming, and VFX industry, and we have always tried to nurture this industry to a level that it reaches its full potential compared to other countries in Europe, North America, and the Far East, where this industry is doing good. And on the same lines, we devised animation and gaming policy, and we came out with many incentives which are unique in nature. Yeah, that's the way we thought. I mean, let's do India Joy, and we'll have all the events under one banner.
Excellent. There's already been a lot of participation from many countries and delegates from various parts of the world. How do you see this going and progressing for the years to come?
The first event, which is this year's edition, it has seen the participation of over 30 countries, and we have seen a huge potential. There are many for the last 3 days I've been witnessing. There are many animation, gaming, VFX companies who have appreciated this initiative of the government of Telangana, and they had confirmed to us. We have started getting confirmations from many more players that they would come in a bigger way compared to this. This is going to grow, and we could say that, I mean, it will go at least say about 2x time compared to what we are doing it this year.
Right. So, so with the kind of support you're rendering and the other people who are coming together to make this event such a huge one. This year itself, it has gone beyond our imagination as far as success.
Absolutely, absolutely. This year itself, it has gone, I mean, far beyond our imagination. I mean, like, we did not expect the kind of numbers that would turn out for the esports part, for the Indiewood part, which is happening in Hightex. And here we have slated number of event, CG Connect, and then Animation Express. We have lots of investors coming up. We had a dozen of meeting with investors here, and they had sounded out very high about the government's initiative. And we have seen, I mean, this is, I'm not telling as a salesman of the state, but absolutely, I mean, most of the companies who have met us, They have spoken very high about the initiatives of the state government and getting all the companies under one roof during this 1 week India Joy.
It's quite an accomplishment.
It is a big accomplishment. I must say it is a big accomplishment. No other state in India, after China, it is India in terms of getting all the events under one roof during one such time. See, what happens is we need to get, if we are attracting foreign investors, foreign companies in the animation, gaming, and VFX space, we have to give a time span of, say, about 1 week. It should not be just for a 2-day event. Foreign delegates would come from overseas and spending time and money out here. We give them a spectrum of events. And here we have given a spectrum of 12 events
Yes.
on the animation, gaming, VFX, AR, VR side. So
So it's absolutely the worth the time.
it was absolutely the worth the time. And they have, in fact, they are trying to find time out to talk to the organizers as well. They are such connected for their B2B meetings. They have scheduled every minute of their time, right from landing till the exit out of Hyderabad. They have scheduled all the B2B meetings. I have been talking to a couple of delegates from overseas, whom we have specially invited, and they have been giving time. Okay, we'll meet at this time, but they are skipping. They say that we have a B2B meeting with this. So that's like
It's quite encouraging. It's nice.
it's encouraging for us. That's the,
So you mean the supply has been more than the demand actually?
yes. We have to. We have to. In fact, the timing has been very good. We did a lot of thought work before we announced this event. We have seen. We have taken care of things like Thanksgiving Day and the international events that are happening. So we found out a time where most of the visitors, overseas visitors, can come. In fact, most of our Indian companies too, they participate in international event. So we took their feedback in terms of the timing, and then we zeroed it on between 1st to 6th December, and we are going to follow the same thing for the next edition as well. And that's the.
So I have one question. You mentioned China Joy, and at this moment there are last few years, whether it's Canada or the US or some of the European countries, who have immensely contributed in the space of animation, visual effects, and gaming. India is also ready. There's immense talent available, but unlike China, Indian dynamics has its own problems because the demographic dividend sometimes becomes a demographic disaster because people coming from various backgrounds. Their belief systems are different. They think that they still need to stick to the conventional jobs. Is there any special effort being taken to kind of counter that mindset?
See, I'll tell you, China has their own set of interests. India has its own set of interests. We can't compare.
I didn't mean to compare, sir. I'm saying, how they have, encouraged their talent, how they have motivated their talent. What are the efforts being made from our country?
See, while they have been doing their job, from our side also we have been encouraging on the development of human resource. We are trying to ensure that animation, gaming, and VFX talent gets a boost. The kind of push that needs to be given from the government side, we are doing it. So does on the market development assistance for companies, especially for SMEs. So we help them promote their products and services overseas. We have a special incentive program wherein these companies, not just India Joy, these companies, when they participate in a large overseas market, we have an incentive called reimbursement of exhibition subsidy. So which means 50% of their cost of participating in those exhibitions, we pay them back. So what happens is their operating cost is reduced. So they go, they happily they go participate in overseas conferences and expos where they can showcase their products and services. And we pay them 50% of the cost that is incurred in terms of their expenditure.
So one last question, actually, it's because this is a little personal, and because I am heading the department of Rotomaker School Education, right? So I'm going to take it across 500 schools across the country.
Great.
Yeah, we started doing workshops for principals to kind of do a leadership program, and then it'll percolate down to that other stakeholders. So because I thought it's not completely to do with animation, but it is to sort of evoke the creative intelligence side of the child. It is to enhance the creative ability of the child and give them an opportunity to display their creativity, right? So, sir, if I were to someday look for some sort of help from the government in terms of pushing this across to the schools, specifically, do it at that level.
See, honestly, I mean, the government of Telangana is quite aggressive in pushing these kind of initiative, educational and HR initiative, to the schools, to the colleges, university level, and even after university level, to the specialized programs. So we are quite buoyant on it, and whatever help is required to encourage the training institution. See, end of the day, training institutions plays a pivotal role. Tomorrow, if we have to invite large animation, gaming, or VFX companies, we need to have that kind of talent pool ready here.
Yes, sir.
And that's institutions like yours that will support in providing that talent pool.
So that's pretty encouraging. I mean, that's what I was looking forward.
We have been doing these kind of services in terms of pushing the HR part of it, talent pool part of it, and we'll continue to do it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sparing time, sir. It was a wonderful talking to you.